And I have a great tasting for you today. I have 6 wines from the great Oregon 2021 vintage. Now, 2021 was a short, fast, warm, and dry vintage. Yeah, a lot of adjectives here. But what they actually produced though, you would normally think, hey, warm vintage, big wines, right? No. These wines are absolutely really gorgeous and elegant. You ready? Let's get tasting. We have the Domaine Drouhin, Dundee Hills. Now, Domaine Drouhin, for me, is one of the classic Oregon wines. They've been around since the late 80s, when Veronique Drouhin made her way over from Burgundy to start off in Oregon. You can probably recognize the name Drouhin, because Joseph Drouhin, very famous producer in Burgundy. Well, this is his daughter, and she's now making some of the best wines in Oregon. This is just really elegant and subtle. And a wine that shows off a lot of nuance already with plum and pomegranate. A touch of raspberry and cherry, with some violets too. That is so silky already. Wow. It just coats the palate with some really nice crisp acidity to just make everything lively and refreshing. I love this. I just absolutely love this. This to me is classic DDO, and it is doing it yet again in this beautiful vintage. Our second wine is the 100 Sons Bednarik Vineyard. And they do things all by hand, real small. They make about 3,500 cases a year. But this is a winery that's really been impressing me a lot over the last couple of years. I'm really excited to taste this. What they do is they seek out older vine areas and vines that are coming from higher altitudes, because what they want is coolness and freshness. Ooh, we're talking. Depth is the word that comes to my mind. There's these really nice plum and a bit of candy cherry notes, with some raspberry and darker red fruits, and these nice little crushed berry flavors, while having really subtle, elegant, and purple florals. Yeah, this is really pretty stuff. And you can find their wines off their website, and this is just elegant, yet again, balanced and polished. The acidity is mouth-watering, with a finish that's just really lasting a lot right on the back end. I'm really loving this. In keeping with our husband and wife theme, we have the Granville Holstein Vineyard. Now, Granville's located in the Dundee Hills, and they're another up-and-coming producer that I've really become a fan of. A lot of elegance, and one of the great things is when you visit their property on a clear day, you just get this gorgeous view of Mount Hood. Granville makes wines from all over the valley, but I want to focus in on the Dundee Hills here. Known for its volcanic soils, heavy, with it really emphasizing off the red fruits that come from that. I'm going to give this some really high praise here. This is something with a few more years of age, I could easily see someone confusing for red Burgundy, just right off on the nose. This is about subtlety and nuance. This is a wine that really just lets you take in the moment. This favors more of the red spectrum with the red cherries and red berry fruits, a touch of licorice and a touch of spice notes, along with a lot of rose petals. Yeah, yeah. If you're looking for something in an up-and-coming producer in Oregon, this is one to really look out for. Holy cow. Silky. This hits all of my happy spots on my palate. I'm a big Burgundy lover, and this is something that I'm just feeling that kinship with. Gorgeous, elegant, really with a finish that just doesn't want to quit. This is a big winner. Fourth wine today is from one of the OGs in the Willamette Valley, which is Patty Green. Now, Patty Green makes a lot of wines, so it was kind of hard to figure out which one to go with. But so I went with the Corinne Vineyard, the ankle breaker block, because hey, if you can't break your ankles when you're drinking wine, what can you do? The reason they call this the ankle breaker block, say that 5 times fast, is because there's a lot of rock formations coming out as you walk down the vineyard, and it's at a steeper slope. So understandably, yeah, someone probably has broken their ankle there over the years. This is also coming from the Chehalem Mountains area, so a more cool area of the Willamette Valley, in one of the more northern regions of the valley. It's a little tight at the moment, but there's so much going on. This is really, really floral, and it's hitting into those upper registers on the red spectrum. Red cherries, red berries, a lot of rose petals, and various sort of morning dew flavors that I'm really finding attractive. There's some nice little fruitcake spice notes, and just a little touch of earth. Going in, I had a good feeling this was going to be a good wine, and that has definitely happened here as well. There's a lot of structure on this though. The tannins are fine-grained, but they're really present on the side of your mouth. That acidity is really mouth-watering and lip-smacking. It's a wine that I would definitely give a few years just to settle in and smooth out. But this is a beautiful, beautiful wine. It's definitely one that if you want to get to know Patty Green and want to get to know their single vineyards, this is a great one to go with. Our fifth wine is by a really small producer, and one who's a bit cultish, by the name of Will Hamilton, who owns Violin. 95% of this is coming from the Ola Amity area, so that's the more southern, but because he blends in a few other vineyards from the north, he has to call it Willamette. This is one of those producers that gets me really excited for a lot of the newer people that are coming to the valley. I've really yet to have a bad Violin wine. In fact, everything I've had is really, really delicious, so I'm really looking forward to this. So this is so different from the other wines, and there's some just old school winemaking going on that's just really tickling me. There's more of an earthy flavor to it. Dark red cherries, a bit of a sour raspberry, something savory that I don't normally get from some of the other wines, and it's coming through in spades here. So in some ways I feel a little nervous now putting this wine out to YouTube because there's not much of this made. But if you want a producer that's doing some great things on a real small scale and having wines that are really affordable, this is like 40 bucks. Look out for Violin. You can order directly from him. I'm just such a fan of these. I cannot get over this. I think he does a fantastic job, and I really hope more people discover him. Our sixth and final wine today is from Beaufrere, one of the big boys. My whole idea in putting this tasting together was 3 classics, 3 up-and-comers. So Beaufrere, one of the best-known producers in the valley. Mike Etzel is actually the brother-in-law of Robert Parker. This is coming from the Jesse James Vineyard in down the Ola Amity. So it sits at about 650 feet of elevation. Gets a really nice, great cooling breeze in the afternoon. This is my first time with this vineyard from Beaufrere. So this, hey, you guys are tasting along with me. Hopefully we're gonna have something good. This is a wine that's a little on the tight side, but it's jam-packed with a restrained power. And I think will really come through with a lot of aging. A lot of raspberry flavors, a bit of cherry cola, spice, licorice nuts, raspberries. There's a lot going on here. That is a great way to end this tasting today. Holy cow, yeah. So there's a reason that Beaufrere is one of the top producers in the Willamette Valley, and that is showing through right here. It's not cheap, it's around 80, 90 bucks. But for me, this is showing off what the Willamette Valley can do and showing off some of the best of the Willamette Valley. It's a unique wine in that it can only be itself. It's got these beautiful fruits with excellent structure. And look, the 21 vintage, this is one to look out for, and this is a great vintage if you're just ready to dip your toes into Oregon Pinot Noir and get to learn it. So I hope you all enjoyed the tasting. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.